There, today we're going to discuss Inquiry Lab subtract integers. Now before we begin, I want to start asking you guys exactly like what the subtraction means. So if I had a sentence on here such as 6 minus 4, okay, what exactly does it mean to subtract 4? Well, traditionally, when we first started modeling subtraction, we actually took this subtract 4 as the action of removing. Okay, so let's say we had 6 objects, like 6 circles, 4, 5, 6, and we actually took the action of taking these 4 objects and actually removing them. Okay, so we would actually take whatever 4 of these and just take them away, and whatever was left over was our answer. So 6 take away 4, that equaled 2. Okay, when we're modeling chipboard models, you have to understand that we have both positive counters and negative counters, and what you remove matters. Okay, so I'm going to just dive into it. We're going to use counters to find 5 minus negative 6, the distance between the distances. So when we're breaking down the actual problem, 5 minus negative 6, 5 is the number of positive counters that are going to be placed on the mat. And then subtract means to remove. So we have to remove 6 negative counters that need to be removed from the mat. Okay, so I'm going to start off with placing 5 positive counters on the mat. 3, 4, 5. Okay, and now what we're supposed to do is we're supposed to remove 6 negative counters. However, there are no negative counters on our board. So what we're going to do is something called adding 0 pairs. Now what I want you to remember, boys and girls, is that 0 pairs don't actually have a value. They're actually worth 0. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 6 0 pairs, and you'll see why in a second. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I'm going to add 6 negatives to go along with it. So if you look at this board, I know there's a lot of chips on it, but these actually equal 0. They don't have any value. So technically, I still have a value of 5 on the board. But now I have my 6 negative counters that I can take away now. See, there's a difference. Like I couldn't take away 6 negative counters originally because they weren't there on the board. Now they are. So now I'm just going to take these away. All right, and what are we left with? We are left with, after we remove the 6 negative counters, we're left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we're left with positive 11. So the difference between the distances is 11 meters. Okay, I know that was a little difficult. We'll do 2 more. Okay, so now we're going to do hands-on activity 2. So we're going to use counters to find negative 6 minus negative 3. We first start off with negative 6. That's the number of counters that are placed on the mat. Subtract means to take away. And then we're going to subtract the number of counters removed from the mat. That's negative 3. So let's start off first. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now this one's easy because we can remove 3 negative counters because there's 3 negative counters on here already. So now what am I left with? There are 3 negative counters remaining. So negative 6 minus negative 3 is negative 3. Okay, here's our last hands-on activity. We're going to find negative 5 minus positive 1. So here, we're going to first by placing 5 negative counters on the mat. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we have to remove 1 positive counter. Do we have a positive counter on here? No. So let's go ahead and put that on there. And since we don't want to change the value, we're going to have to accompany it with a negative. So technically this still is 0, so it doesn't change the value. So we added 1 0 pair to the mat. Now we can remove a positive 1. So let's take that out now. And what are we left with? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 negative counters. So negative 5 minus 1 is negative 6. Okay, so I just want to reiterate, I want you to first put the chips on the board of first number. Okay? The second thing I want you to do is I want you to remove the chips of the second number. Now, if they aren't any, enough, or any, you must add 0 pairs. All right, and then the third thing, now you can actually, at this point, you can actually remove the chips then. And then the last thing is the remaining chips is the answer. All right, so I hope that video was helpful. Thank you. Bye.